Hello friends, colleagues, teachers and students. I am Raidu Jagat. Now I discuss one question from time, speed, distance related to number of buses starting at a particular point, say here Jaipur, at a frequency of 1 hour from 6 a.m. onwards, and another bus started at Delhi at 6 a.m. and moving towards Jaipur. Met a number of buses in the meanwhile. What is the ratio between number of buses traveling at different speeds? That based on the question we can answer. I share that question quickly. This is the question. To cover 450 kilometers distance between Delhi and Jaipur, Shiva started at 2 p.m. from Delhi. He drove at a speed of 30 km per hour for the first 3 hours and then changed his speed to 45 km per hour. He maintained the speed for the next 180 kilometers. Okay. Then changed his speed once again to reach Jaipur at 11 p.m. On the same day on which he started from the Delhi. Okay. Rajasthan State Transport Corporation run bus service from Jaipur to Delhi. One bus starts every hour. One bus starts every hour with the first bus leaving Jaipur at 6 a.m. and the last bus of the day leaves Jaipur at 8 p.m. All RSTC buses run at uniform speed of 45 km per hour. A meeting is said to happen when Shiva meets an RSTC bus on his way to Jaipur. Okay. Find the ratio of number of buses Shiva met when he was driving at 30 km per hour, 45 km per hour, and the speed with which he drove during the last part of the journey, respectively. Okay. Here, this is the distance. Assume this is Delhi. This is Jaipur. Rajasthan, Delhi to Jaipur. To cover 450 kilometers. Shiva started at 2 p.m. Okay, he drove at a speed of 30 km per hour for the first 3 hours. That means 30 into 3 is equal to 90 kilometers. 90 kilometers is the distance. This is at 2 p.m. No, 2 p.m. This is at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. plus 3 hours. Shiva started at 2 p.m. Shiva started at 2 p.m. It took 3 hours for covering 90 kilometers. So 2 plus 3, which is equal to 5 p.m. 5 p.m. is the time here. And after that, he drove at a speed of 45 km per hour for a duration of for a distance of 180 kilometers. So 45 into 4, 180. So he will take this 180 kilometers distance, 180 kilometers distance. Time will be additionally 4 hours. 5 p.m. to 4, it will be 9 p.m. So by 9 p.m., Shiva will be here at this point. And by 11 p.m., he has to be at Jaipur. Shiva has to be at Jaipur. So 180 plus 90 is equal to 270. 270 is the 180 plus 90 is equal to 270. Total distance being 450. So 450 minus 270, which is nothing but 180. 450 minus 270, which is nothing but 180. 180 kilometers is covered in 2 hours. So his speed will be 180 kilometers. He covered in 2 hours. His speed will be 45 kilometer, 90 kilometer per hour during the part. So this is 30 kmph. He covered with this with 45 kmph. This distance he covered with 90 kmph. 90 kmph. So now bus 1 started at Jaipur at 6 a.m. Okay. And these are the points where meeting has to be occurred. Before that, bus 1 started at 6 a.m. at Jaipur. It will reach Delhi at 450 by 45. But all buses starting at Jaipur are having a speed of 45 km per hour. So bus 1 started at 6 a.m. 450 by 45. 10 hours it will 450 by 40. 10 hours it will take. So 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. minus 4 p.m. So 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. will be the time taken by bus 1 to cover Jaipur to Delhi. But in the meanwhile, to reach 90 kilometer point, bus 1 will be here at 90 kilometer point at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. And bus 2 starts at 7 a.m. Bus 2 starts at 7, bus 3 starts at 8, bus 4 starts at 9 a.m. I repeat, bus 2 starts at 2 p.m. Bus 1 reaches this point at 2 p.m. Bus 2 reaches this point at 3 p.m. Bus 3 reaches this point at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Bus 4 reaches this point at 5 p.m. So if we observe, we can say that by the time bus 1, Shiva is in between Delhi to 90-kilometer point. Bus 1 will be at 90-kilometer point at 2 p.m. Bus 2 will be 90-kilometer point at 3 p.m. and bus 3 will be at 90-kilometer point at 4 p.m. and bus 4 will be at 90-kilometer point at 5 p.m. So Shiva meets bus 4 at exactly this 90-kilometer point, bus 4. In the meanwhile, between this part, 0 point to 90 point, somewhere he will meet B1 here, B2 here, B3 here, B4 at 90-kilometer point. That means he meets total 4 buses with 30-kilometer per hour speed, 30-kilometer per hour speed. That means before 90-kilometer point, Shiva meets total 4 buses. Bus 1, bus 2, bus 3, bus 4 started at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. and bus 1 he meets between 5 p.m. to 2 p.m. somewhere. Bus 1 will be at 2 p.m. Bus 1 will be at 90-kilometer point at 2 p.m. Whereas bus 2, bus 3, bus 4 will be at 90-kilometer point at 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m. Shiva meets bus 4 at 5 p.m. exactly at 90-kilometer point. So before that time, he will meet B1, B2, B3 during the journey 0 to 90. So between 0 to 90-kilometer point, Shiva moving with a speed of 30-kilometer per hour met four buses, B1 to B4. Now Shiva is at 270. This is 90-kilometer point. This is 180. Total 270. This is 270 kilometers point. This is 270 kilometers point at 9 p.m. Shiva is at 9 p.m. at 270 kilometer point. What about B5? B5 starts at 10 a.m. B5, 11, B6 starts at 11 a.m. B7 starts at B6, B7, B8 starts at 1 p.m. B9 starts at 2, B10 starts at 3, B11 starts at 4 p.m. B12 starts at 5 p.m. Now we observe Shiva is at 270 kilometer point at 9 p.m. So any bus in between, any bus from bus 5 to bus any number meeting this 270 kilometer point will have to be taken into consideration. So bus 5 will be at bus 5 started at 10 a.m. will be here at bus 5. Will be here at the gap is 180 kilometers. Bus 5 is moving with 45, so it will take 4 hours. Bus 5 will be at 2 p.m. I repeat, bus 5 started at 10 a.m. and this 180 kilometers we have to consider. So bus 5 started at 10 a.m. This 180 kilometers we have to consider. 180 kilometers by 45 is equal to 4 hours. So bus 5 will be here at 2 p.m. Bus 6 will be here at bus 6 will be here at 3 p.m. Bus 7 here at 4 p.m. Bus 8 here at 5 p.m. Bus 5 here at 5 p.m. right. Bus 6, bus 7, bus 8, bus 5, 6, 7, 8. This is bus 9, this is bus 10, bus 11, bus 12. Bus 9 will be here at bus 9 will be here at 2 plus 4, 6 p.m. 3 plus 4, 7 p.m. Bus 11 will be here at 8 p.m. Bus 12 will be here at 9 p.m. So bus 5 will be here at 2 p.m. Shiva meets bus 12 exactly at 270 kilometer point. In between that point to in between this 180 kilometers point, Shiva will meet all the buses B5 to B12, total 8 buses with a speed of 45 kilometer per hour. I repeat, Shiva meeting with speed of 45 kilometer per hour. Shiva with speed of 30 kilometer per hour met last bus B4 at 5 p.m. At exact 90 kilometer point, and then he increased his speed. So with increased speed of 45 kilometer per hour, Shiva meets B5, B6, B7, B8, B9, B10, B11, B12, all those 8 buses in between this 180 kilometers duration. And Shiva meets that B12 bus at exact 9 p.m. at 270 meters point, 270 kilometers point. Now this is rest 190 kilometer point. So now this is total, these are total 8 buses. These are total 8 buses. These are total 4 buses. Now Shiva is at 270 kilometer point at 9 p.m. and still we have 2 hours journey, 180 kilometers. Now here Shiva is moving with a speed of 90. So after B12, B13 will be starting at 6 p.m. B13 will be starting at exactly 6 p.m. Right. B14 will be starting at exactly 7 p.m. And last bus is starting at B15, starting at exactly 8 p.m. So we can see that Shiva will be at Jaipur at 11 p.m. So he meets bus started at 6 p.m. With a speed of 45 kilometer per hour, somewhere between this 180 kilometers journey. So 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. it is a duration of 2 hours. In that duration of 2 hours, Shiva will be at 10 p.m. here, 11 p.m. at Jaipur. At 10 p.m. in midway between 270 and Jaipur, and like that. So Shiva meets B13 bus, which was started at 6 p.m. and reaches that 90 270 kilometers point at 6 plus 4 10. So Shiva meets the rest of the 3 buses in between 270 kilometer point and 450 kilometers point, which is Jaipur. So he meets 3 buses on the meanwhile. So answer to this question is 4:8:3. Find the number of buses that Shiva met when he was driving at 30 kilometer per hour, 45 kilometer per hour, and the speed with which he drove. The remaining speed is 90. So answer to this question is 4:8:3. Option C. I hope this cleared your doubt. Thank you. If you like my video, please like it. Please share my video. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.